Imagine working with a client for weeks and weeks on end and then realising the whole time along you've been secretly and silently offending them. Not good for business, not good for reviews, and certainly not good for a raving testimonial. I have rafts of stories about how I have inadvertently put my foot in it before in different cultures with different people from different places where I haven't understood the cultural norms, but this is something a little bit different. So I was working with a bunch of migrants and refugees. So we were having this very sort of animated discussion about Afghanistan and Iran and Taiwan and China, all these different countries and culture groups that I had in the class, which was really quite fascinating for me. There was one girl though that was really quiet, and I kept saying to her, "What about your country?" And she just kept looking at me and shrugging her shoulders, and I thought, I think she's just being a bit rude really. Anyway, so I sort of coaxed her a little bit. I put them into small groups, I got them to talk together, and she was just silent throughout. And I thought that's really quite strange because she's normally chatty, but oh well, you know, whatever. So at the end of the class, she comes up to me and she says, "Maria, I do not know my country." I said, "Excuse me? You do not know your country?" She said, "No, I was born in a refugee camp." She was 25 years old, and although she's Burmese, she had never actually lived in her country or with her people. So here I was, the whole class, trying to get her to talk about life in Burma. Well, she didn't know what life in Burma was. She was in a refugee camp nowhere near where her country and her people were from. So didn't I feel like a... Now, did I mean to do that? No. Am I culturally aware? Yeah. Have I worked with people all over the world? Yeah. Was I prepared for that? No. And this is the moral of the story. You don't know your clients' backgrounds unless you ask. You know nothing about where they've come from, what experiences they've had, and how those experiences might impact on the work that you do with them. If you're working with people who are starting a new business, do you know whether they've already had 3 failed businesses? Are you preaching to the converted? Are you telling them things they already know? Because quite frankly, that has got to be one of the most off-putting things when you go to a presentation and this person is just sprouting things that you learnt 10 years ago. So give your clients the benefit of the doubt. Ask them about their backgrounds. Ask them about anything that might have an impact on the work that you're doing with them. Because regardless of whether you're doing a presentation, a seminar, a workshop, or a full-blown course, understanding the backgrounds of your clients can save you a lot of embarrassment and can expedite the learning process for both of you.